mother one side. It's the family bloodline. Family bloodline.
Yeah, we back, Cuzzo. It's me and you, right?
Hey, what's
What?
going on?
Yeah, we'll still clap it up for ourselves. Dirty be back in
Yeah.
as soon as possible, as soon as he's able to. So we'll be hanging around waiting for him so we can get caught up to speed with him as well. Uh, but until then, Cuzzo, how has your day been? How's your week been?
Uh,
I don't know how to.
oh,
I don't know how to interpret that.
sorry. A
So-
phone call was coming through. A
oh, okay.
phone call was coming through. Sorry.
No, you good. My week has been absolutely fantastic. Um, uh, as an instructor, uh, I'm taking a class that I'll be instructing, and we got a great class. We got some wonderful students,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been an amazing experience being able to observe and watch my coworkers as they instruct and essentially showing me the ropes and how what it looked like. It's pretty motivating to hear and watch them in their approach and instructing because it ain't just like, well, you better sit down and listen to what I'm saying, blah blah blah. It's a genuine care that the students, the soldiers are getting the information and really trying to make sure that they get something out of the course. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been enjoying it. I've been
That's
enjoying it.
cool. That is
Yeah.
really cool.
And
Uh,
it ain't been too cold either. It's been all right out here.
I know. Like it's been, yeah. The weather's been cool. Today was a little chilly. It's chillier today than it has been the past couple days. But
Mm.
other than that, it's been really cool. It's been pretty cool here. Uh, my week was good. Nothing too crazy. I took off today. Spent
You better take
it.
that me time.
Yeah, I took the day off. Spent time with my
Yeah.
hubby, and
Okay.
we had an adventure today. Did some things, and you know that was it. So that's been my week. Hey, Dirk, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Baby, what up?
Yeah. Don't be all frowned up. It's all right.
Right. These things happen. Hey, Mal, the best KJ
How was your
uh,
week, Dirk?
is on.
The week been pretty solid. Pretty solid. Yeah, no problems here on this week. Outside the kids not listening to me, knowing their daddy was a great basketball player, great all around athlete. You know what I'm saying? They need to
Right.
start listening to me. But it is what it is. I know what
Yeah,
it's like
first
to be
games are
kids.
this weekend.
Excited for that. eight
Oh
o'clock in
wait,
the
the
morning,
first
we'll be
games are
there
this weekend.
for the
For the
session
kids.
of basketball.
Yeah. So my daughter's first game is tomorrow as well, but hers is later in the day, so it'll be kind of. I'll be sleeping in a little bit, but I might get up because tomorrow's also the taste of Soulard, so I might be going out to do some of that for a minute.
Okay.
Think I'm gonna
I
mess with
But
that after the game. You know what I'm saying?
well, you gonna have time to mess with it. I'm gonna have to get mine in before the game.
That
It's
is true.
over at 5, so
Pros and cons to the situations, huh?
there you go. You can go ahead and get that in. But good luck to the kiddos tomorrow on their first game. Hope they go
hmm
out, have a good time, and also learn and get better. So
Kids always
Good
shout
think
out
they
thing
to
know
ain't
them.
something.
my kids do. I mean, the team does is beforehand they all pray. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good look. You know what I'm saying? Even at this
Yeah.
age,
I saw
even
them do
at
that in
7.
practice. I'm like, oh, that was dope. They prayed.
Yeah. So, what about you, Jigga?
Oh,
We
I
Oh,
was
already
he
talked
just
already
about
talked
yours.
about his week.
Okay,
yeah, we were
You
super
missed
dope.
it.
that's enough. Trying to see where we
Um,
at.
what I will say is something that Dirt and I was talking about a second ago. I went to my coworker's daughter. She played basketball. She plays basketball, and her team was blowing out another team. 66-6 was the final score.
Oh my.
Never in all of my days of playing
Oh.
basketball have I seen a score like that.
Oh.
I
Never.
was kind of I wasn't upset, but I was like, I could be at home sleep.
I mean, but it was good to see, that they kind
Yeah,
of that they
yeah.
brought their A game. So
They
But
might not
I'm
have a team or the other team.
the other team struggle. So the reason why the other team struggle so much is because they have a high turnover for school. They got military parents, so they don't play together all year. And I don't. It's a weird school because it's a middle school and a high school together, which
mm,
is a different thing in and of itself. And so I don't know what the ages are of the young ladies are playing. All I know is it got to a point to where everybody was just like, please score. Every time they threw the ball up, everybody was like, oh, they missed.
oh no.
It was a ride. It was a
Oh
ride for
no.
sure. We wanted them to score. We knew they wasn't gonna win. We just wanted them to score. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was rough. It
Well,
was,
football happened.
did it.
Football totally happened.
They did.
So we're gonna congratulate those
Say,
teams that are going to the Super Bowl.
come on,
Yes,
KC.
congratulations.
KC and San Francisco.
Come on, San Francisco. Although we're sorry that y'all gonna lose, but
Congratulations to those guys.
For both
Even though
teams.
Kate, you said what?
I said congrats to both teams.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
so
let's
those games were something, right?
yes.
Like literally, like okay. So the case, like I was saying last time we talked, I didn't have a dog in the fight for the KC and Baltimore game because both of those are my teams. It didn't matter to me which one won. I think I went for Baltimore winning. I think because y'all made me, y'all pressured me to pick something, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
You had to. You got to choose side.
Y'all made me decide, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was just watching the game just to see the outcome. I was cheering for both teams, honestly, the whole time I was watching the game. So yeah. And then I kind of freaked out because I was trying to watch the Detroit and 49ers game, and I pulled it up on I think it was our Fox Now app, and it's like, oh, you only have 5 minutes of I'm like, no, I got this channel, right? No, I did not have that channel. So I'm scrambling, trying to figure out how I'm gonna watch this game, right? My husband's like, babe, just turn the TV to the regular antenna. It's on channel 2. I didn't got spoiled with the doggone streaming services. I forget that I could turn my TV to that regular channel and get that channel. So
you better come
that
through
happened.
and become
and then I was able to watch the game. So yeah.
Okay.
That was fun.
But
my little blonde moment.
Yeah. Detroit decided they didn't want to win, and
like, come on. Come on.
They decided they wanted to get the game over. I guess they just wanted to show us that they could do that they could do it, that they could be there. And they appreciated the ride, but they was gonna go. They were tired. They want to take a vacation early, so they was just like, we'll just let the 49ers have it in this third quarter. We'll let them take over.
Yeah.
They literally blew it. Like they came out straight balling. They came out balling. I'm like, oh, here we go. I don't know what happened at halftime, what was said, what they took, what they drank.
I told you they came back and was just like, you know what, we felt good about where we are. Y'all go ahead and take it from here.
It was horrible.
Ugly.
It
It
was
was bad.
horrible.
It
It
was
was
absolute.
horrible.
So who y'all got? Who y'all got? Who y'all taking? How we finna do this?
You
Cause
already know what it is. Don't even
yeah,
ask me. You
I'm
already know
taking
what's
the
gonna
49.
happen. Don't even ask me.
I'm taking the 49.
that much hate
But
coming out of
why
your mouth.
though? Why though?
Because
That
the
much hate.
Chiefs, we gonna see the Chiefs next year. They gonna be waving they little defending champs again. No, we don't need that 2-time champs. We don't need that. We cool. I don't root for them all
Um,
season long. I'm not gonna do it in that.
That much hate coming out of your body.
It was real love. You hear me? I was just being honest.
okay.
Can't support the guys that I ain't supported. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. I mean, you have the right to pick whoever you want.
For sure.
But do you?
You
Come on,
do.
America.
That is your right.
It's like picking Trump to be president again.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
God, yeah, bro. You biased, man.
I'm just
We're
You
saying.
don't.
we're oh God. Okay.
You don't old Democrats. You know what I'm saying? You don't see the truth in both parties. You know what I'm saying? You one side. You don't say
I'm
I'm
just saying.
for
I'm
Trump.
just saying. So, but KC, we riding KC. I'll show my T-shirt right now. It's a Kansas City. It's the KC Nations T-shirt that I'm rocking on under this tonight. But we rolling with KC.
I think I
Rolling with
got a regular shirt on. You see what I'm saying?
KC.
So I can't do it up under that. I can't. The
Mm,
writer in me just won't allow it.
Okay.
You hear me? That's where it's at.
All righty
well,
then.
just
But
saying.
And
yeah,
we
congrats to
gonna just
y'all.
let that comment marinate right there.
Congrats on getting there. Hey, we gonna be better. We signed. Boy, hey, congrats to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I get on my Raider stuff. You know what I'm saying later on, but it's
Okay.
all about y'all and the 49. Y'all both teams did they thing. They there. You know what I'm saying? Some people we say they ain't deserving. You know what I'm saying? Because it's 2 weeks in a row we watch 49ers struggle. You know what I'm saying? They struggle
Right.
against
I
Detroit, and then
mean,
the week
they
before, I thought the
showed up
Packers
where
was
it
going.
mattered. They showed up where it counts. So
They in a big game, so kudos to both teams. Congrats to both teams. Everybody come in healthy and happy, and hope for a good. This guy. Hope for
hi,
a
Yeah.
good
sir.
game.
Ball, Schmud ball.
We finna
What's
get
up,
to
big?
this topic though, sir. You right in time though.
Right in time because we finna jump into it
We finna
talking
jump
about
into
this
the
leadership.
topic.
Are all men entitled or meant
To
to lead?
lead.
Are all
Ooh.
men to lead? That is the
Let's
question.
see. Is that the question?
That is the question.
Because we have
So,
been taught since the beginning that the man is the head and he is to be followed.
She
Now,
said,
is that for all men? Are we supposed to follow all men
well, so
well,
how does that break down when you hear that? Because Wanda, this one's for you because this part is for the ladies.
like that?
When y'all do hear that, right, and that's primarily a thing inside of Judeo-Christian. But when y'all hear that, what do you think? How does that come across?
Uh, to
that
me,
we are meant
it
to
comes
lead them.
across that I'm supposed to be smart enough to pick somebody who's able to lead me. That's how it comes off to me. And when I say lead me, I mean to also not just lead me, but being able to how can I put this? Able to join me on my journey and not burden me or saddlebag me.
Saddlebag you. I don't think I've ever heard that one before. I like that. I just never heard it before. I can
So
rock with that.
yeah. So I don't think we're supposed to be led by foolishness. So if there's a male man that is who doesn't have the the proper tools to lead, I don't think I'm supposed to follow him just because he's a man. No.
So what is it that your husband had that you picked up on or saw that you trusted that emboldened and enabled you to follow him?
That's funny. Um, what? You know, I don't think it was anything like right off the bat. Like, of course, like there's the normal attraction, but like I don't think it was anything like right off the bat. I had to see like how he moved as an individual. You know, like we pay attention to things like about things that we also hear like when we're not around, or things that we see when y'all think we're not looking. You know what I mean?
But like what?
So like, let's say like on a date or whatever, like when you think I'm not looking, I'm seeing. Like if you think I'm doing something else and you think I'm not paying attention to you, I want to see how you act. So let's say I go to the bathroom and I leave you at the table by yourself. And I'm coming back. I'm seeing when I'm coming back, I am definitely watching how everything is moving around me
Right.
and how you're interacting when I'm not there. So if I see another chick at the table when I'm walking back up and you're like, oh, that's my cousin, I'm like, dang, your family big as fuck. Because I ain't never
Well,
met that cousin.
hey,
But
that can happen with us though. If we're in St. Louis, it's like at any given moment.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I'm still watching how we moving from that point on.
Okay.
I'm watching how you treat the other women in your family that are not me. I'm watching how you treat your mother, your sisters, your cousins. I'm watching how you just how you move. Period. And then
See, that's
if
what I
yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I was just gonna say that's what I was gonna get into. I think for as like it gets into like the relationship, like Wanda say, when you meet somebody, you're not looking for that person to lead you or you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. So I think more the topic is more, I think more on like relationships, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Versus
Okay.
like a first date or getting to know somebody. I think this is but I
I mean,
mean
but if
not
I'm gonna
to
go on a date with you, I'm gonna trust that you're able to handle that situation as a man. Like you're able to lead the situation, like as far as like opening doors or holding a conversation or things of that nature. And in that conversation, I'm listening to what you're saying as well.
Okay. And so yours wasn't just like a uh him presenting himself and saying, "Hey, listen, this my name and this is who I am. I'm a dude." So, you're
Mm,
supposed to just like if I tell you that we finna go, you get your shit because we finna
mm.
go.
Yeah, but because I don't respond. I don't respond well to that. Uh, I don't know if that's. I mean, it's not being stubborn or anything, but it's just like I just met you. Who you think you talk? I mean, and some women might like that. Like, hey, get your bag. I'm finna take you somewhere. I don't know where you taking me. You ain't finna kidnap me.
I never even thought about that shit because that's not how I used to get down. I never even thought about it like that. Where, okay, so I'm gonna be flat out like these red pill dudes and these passport hoes or bros. I'm
Okay.
I'm because I'm trying to figure out what angle they're coming from with this obsession of of
That is
people
true.
supposed to follow them, but they've not shown or proven or given any real
I think it's
understanding.
because just because they have a penis that they know that they're supposed to be in charge because you have a penis.
Well, some trans women have penises too, so do we discount them?
no, I think and like I say, that's why I say I think it goes on relationship status, you know what I'm saying? Because that you not once you get to a certain level with a person, then you are starting to like, okay, do I want to have kids with this person? Do I want to go further? Do I want to let this person meet my mama first of all? You know what I'm saying? My people first of all. So it's a type of,
Hey Rick,
you know,
hi Maya, hi sir. Hey
Yeah.
yeah, it's a type
Josh,
of
I'm just saying what's up to
understanding you
everybody.
get to with a person before you know what I'm saying. But as a man, I feel like Wanda spoke on. We've been taught certain things, or to move a certain way growing up, men. You know what I'm saying? So we
Hmm.
have legs, are we all entitled, or are men entitled? I feel like that's a yes for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Hmm.
feel like we have been taught like you're gonna be a provider, you're gonna be a, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
to a certain
But if
extent,
you're
we are
not,
molded a
but
certain
if you're
way.
not doing those things, are you still supposed to lead?
Well,
No,
that's the
no, not at
question.
all. But that's up to the communication between the two people. You know what I'm saying? Like you understand, you moving forward, like you said, it's
Hmm.
that first date. Okay, I might not did everything on your checklist, but the next time you gave me second chance to go out, I followed that checklist. What's there to go off of? You know what I'm saying? To see what I've got to leave, we got to continue doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's why I say it ain't like no couple time thing. It's a situation where you know the individual, like, damn, do I really trust? And that's what it is when you trying to lead. That's a leader. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have people gain your trust. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let people know that you are able to handle these burdens and do these certain things that they may
Hmm.
necessarily not be able to do, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
I wanna read Ricky's comment. She says a lot of men lack communication skills, empathy, and emotional intelligence. Women don't trust those men to lead us because we can't even trust them to be proper partners. I agree and disagree with that at the same time. And the reason why is it's not that men lack communication skills because we can communicate. It's just that men's communication is different than women's. And when there's a bridge that both parties have to cross, it comes down to who's going to be able to cross that bridge first. As if everybody's trying to actually communicate and not just win. That's the difference. I think a lot of people get caught up in winning uh, some type of a battle instead of trying to figure out how to best communicate with each other. Men can communicate, we can speak, we have intelligent, cohesive, put together thoughts. It's just that men and women think differently, especially when it comes down to how we communicate or express or share various different things, emotional or emotions, anger, and various other things in between. And even when it comes to emotional intelligence, I don't know if a lot of women can be trusted with emotional intelligence, especially from men. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of men have been our mothers, and this isn't our partner's fault, and we definitely need to figure out how to go back and fix this as adult men. But the first woman that hurt us is our mother. And when our mothers don't take the time to actually have the conversation, the same thing with daughters to try and heal that thing with their children, and even have the enough gumption to apologize and say, hey, you know what, I'm sorry, I did this, it was the best that I thought I could do, but I was wrong. That creates a ridge for men. And again, after a certain period in time, it's up to that man to figure out how to heal that, because that's our triggers belong to us. It's nobody else's responsibility to figure out how to deal with certain things. It's our responsibility so we don't hurt other people. So even with that being said, I think there are often times where it's been proven to us, unfortunately, and we have not been able to disassociate situation from people, that we have our emotions have been taken advantage of from women, right? When we try to express certain things when we were younger, and it could be from a point of immaturity on both sides, but when we were younger, and if we did try to show that emotional side with a partner, and it was taken from us and used and ridiculed and exploited later on, to where we built up that continuous barrier and was like, you know what, I can't give this to no woman. I can't
it
give
ain't
this to
even
them.
just with
Gonna
yeah,
take
it's not even just with the women. But I feel, since it's the topic, I feel what you on. You know what I'm saying? But even your homeboy, when you try to go to him, like, man, look
Mhm.
here, man, I feel this way about such and such. Man, you like Cootie Susie or something, you know what I'm saying? Like your homeboy, you know what I'm saying? Even to knock something that you try to do, you know what I'm saying? But I don't
Yeah,
think. I don't think it's a lot to it, man. It's a lot to it. I think
it,
But
it
I'm just
is.
women
thinking, like,
are,
is it like why is it automatic to think that just because you're the man and that you know, like, you automatically know what's best and how to lead? Because
Mhm.
sometimes there are situations where you don't know what's best, and it's okay to let us.
Hootie Susie, what?
What?
that's what I had just said. That's what I was just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
And so I'm just like, but sometimes, if you feel like
That's
you need
what's
to
up.
be, I think it's toxic masculinity. If you think you need to be in charge all of the time, like there's no way that you can lead all the time. A leader
that's
knows
what.
when to step back and to let somebody else take over.
And correct, like I say, like in my household, like I think my wife has more roles than me. You know what I'm saying? For it's like the children, the meals, the you name it. I think she got more roles than me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, she looks at me for a lot of decisions. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like,
Because y'all have
so
a partnership.
we have a
Yeah.
partnership, but it's still
So
like,
is there
but it's
truly a
still
leader in a partnership?
Say that again, Wan.
Is there truly one leader in a partnership?
Yes.
yes,
At the end of the day, at
yeah,
the end of the day, there does have to be a person who's willing to take on more responsibility.
yeah.
There has
There's
to be.
always a dominant person. There's always a dominant person.
Even so, and so let me explain that. Let me unpack that a little bit, right? My lady and I, we are definitely in a partnership with unequivocally. I don't esteem myself to be any more than what she is. I don't think my career is worth more than hers. I don't think that I'm more valuable than what she is. I actually think the opposite. And I choose and I try to engage in my relationship in a manner in a fashion to where she knows that I value and esteem her above myself. However, if we're driving or if we out on the road, right? And we're driving and driving and driving. And this is a very simple example. And it's getting late and she want to pull over, but I know we got 3 or 4 hours left. And because we got to be somewhere, but we come to an agreement that we're going to pull over. We're going to rest. We're going to stop. We're just going to hang out and sleep out throughout the night. And we'll get to where we got to go in due time. We wake up in the morning and we miss our mark. We running late. We can't find stuff. We can't get dressed, so on and so forth. But we get back on the road. We get back on the road late and we make it to our destination and we're late. What's not going to happen is I'm not about to turn to everybody that we're meeting in that place or that space and be like, man, she convinced me to pull over and we went to this hotel and we went to sleep. No, I'm gonna be like, hey, listen, I felt like we needed to pull over. We discussed it. She was right. I wanted us to pull over. We got up a little bit late, but we're here safely. But that was my bad. That's on me. If I wanted
Yeah,
us to be here, I could have
yeah,
made a different decision.
I'm not saying we make all the decisions or make the biggest decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like Ricky say, a huge part of it is delegate, but at the same time, I'm not gonna always. It's only us. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
can't delegate everything to you, and I can't take on too much burden. But I know for a fact that I have, as a man, I think I have been built to handle certain burdens. You know what I'm saying? Or to do
Mm.
certain things just because. You know what I'm saying?
So do
Or the
you
way
think
I
a
was
woman
brought up.
couldn't handle those same burdens?
Yeah,
Not in the same fashion. Not in the same
you know,
fashion. Not all the
but
time.
right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's certain things that my wife will tell you she will not go out and do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
me coming up, I know I had to do that. You know what I'm saying? Or I have
Hmm.
to do that. You know what I'm saying? To maintain our
Yeah.
balance or whatever. Y'all the
Hmm.
same people that talked about that it's never 50-50, but then y'all talking about balance tonight. You know what I'm saying? A partnership. You see what I'm saying? That's all I was saying in a previous podcast about partnership. It's 50
Hmm.
50. But y'all was like, no, always, always one person that does more. That's what y'all
It
always
is.
came back to.
And
So,
I
but
don't want
is
us
it
to
the person that does more? Is that the leader, or is it the person that's doing more?
That's a good question. I'm
That's a
trying to. I'm
good
gonna have to figure
question.
out how to
That's
answer that.
that's a good question.
Well, what I will say. Let me put it to you like this, right? And I think I've used this example once before. Let's say my lady and I decide to well when we decide to cohabitate. One of the things that I'm going to uh, as soon as possible and without giving it a second thought, and she might not like hearing this, but the finances of she got it. She got it. I don't ever want to have to look at a bank account again in my life. I don't want to have to keep crunching numbers. She got it. She been in
That's
the
what I'm
banking
saying.
industry.
That's what I'm saying. My wife had more roles than me, but I think she
Bro,
still.
yeah,
This
she's
dude
willing.
ain't never
My friend
rational.
like was like, I'm tired of you, girl.
Yeah, you're welcome, baby. You're welcome. I
Oh
just want to,
Lord.
yeah. But
There we go.
at for as far as
Maybe
the
not.
overall is concerned, first off, no. Let me answer the question. All men are not entitled or meant to lead. They're not. They absolutely aren't, because not all men uh have gone through the rigors of learning what leadership looks like and what it is, and
Hmm.
bearing the responsibility of leadership. Leadership
Yeah,
comes
that
with,
was gonna be my next question. So, am I just
yeah,
supposed to go blindly into a relationship, be like, "Oh, he's the man. I'm just gonna let him lead," when I
no,
know
absolutely.
that
No,
his
that's
credit
up to
score is a 350, and I know
Mm,
that every time he
you.
get ready to do
You don't
something
know
by
that
the end
until
of the
we get to
week,
discussing finances in a relationship. So that's what I'm
by
saying. So
by
you
the end of the week, I know I gotta go pull up on him with a gas can because he didn't ran out of gas, or I gotta wake him up for work. He don't get up on his own, but I'm supposed to let that type of individual lead me
no, no, not
yeah,
at all.
of
Sorry,
course,
we
of
can't see
course.
your
because
picture.
he has the penis. Is that what I mean? That's what we're trying to get at with this
I,
conversation.
yeah, and I think that's an absolute foolish thing to do. I don't think leadership is a-
But he a
is just,
man. He a
yeah. I don't
Yeah,
think
man.
it's
man.
carved out or etched out just because you got a swinging limb, right? At all. Leadership has to be earned, right? People shouldn't blindly trust you, and that's one of the things that I have, the issues that I have with red pillars and passport bros. They've proven more than likely, most of them, a lot of them that I've listened to and
What
I've
the heck is
conversed
a red pillar? I hear you keep saying this.
with. Yeah. So
What the heck is this? What is
red
this?
pillars red pillars are the guys who think um traditional, they have a hard stance, a very conservative hard stance on traditional family values. Uh the man is definitely the head of everything in the house, has all the say on everything that goes on in the household. The woman is to take a back seat. It's God, the man, the woman, and the children. That's it. No left or right parameters. And her voice can be squeaked, but it cannot be heard because she does not have full autonomy in this relationship. That's a red pillar. And you also got the passport bros who would rather take they lame weak asses to another country where they can make up another character or develop another character of who they are instead of dealing with who they actually are in the States, and
Hmm.
figure out how to actually be meaningful and be a meaningful member of a partnership in a relationship. And again, both two same sides of the coin that think just because they got dicks they supposed to run something, but can't nobody trust them with nothing because they just not getting out of their mama basement at the age of 76. So,
Not 76.
yeah. So
Oh,
we can't see your picture, big bro. I don't know if you're here at
Is sir
backstage or not.
ready or I don't know. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know
gonna
what's
put
going
you on.
on.
I'm gonna put you on real quick. Let's see if we got you.
Let's see if he's ready. Oh, there
Mm.
we go.
let's see if he gonna be
Hello, big bro.
radical. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, sir, the rational radical. Let's hear
Uh,
what you got, big bro.
well, first of all, good evening to everyone. It is always a pleasure to be
Yes, sir.
in the company of such wonderful individuals, and I mean that sincerely. I will be probably agreeing with Wanda for the rest of the night. No,
All right.
so this is a very good question, and it depends on what lens we are looking through. Uh, Jay made a good statement. If we're looking through the Judeo-Christian patriarchal lens, then yes, they believe that men are entitled to lead. My personal view is, first, let me offer some good reading for our viewing audience if they're interested. There's a book by a gentleman named Oba, O-B-A, T, capital T, Shaka, S-H-A-K-A, called The Art of Leadership, Volumes 1 and 2, which is a very good read about the qualities and skill set of what a leader is. Me personally, I believe that whoever is equipped to lead in whatever situation is the leader, right? So this simply means that we have historical evidence that women are just as capable of leading as men are. I can go down a list of names. Fannie Lou Hamer, great leader. Harriet Tubman, awesome leader. Shirley Chisholm, great leader. Queen Nzinga, awesome leader. So in our Western culture, unfortunately, we sway more heavily to the Judeo-Christian patriarchal model, which is not the right model. The person who is fit to lead is the person who possesses the skill set to lead. And also, leadership is not a badge of honor to be swung in a relationship to assert dominance. There are and Dirt hinted to it, there are elements in a relationship where my woman is more qualified to lead than I am. And in this same relationship, there are elements where I'm more qualified to lead. So what we should do is, as men and women, identify those areas and learn how to stay in our lane, right? Because
Yes, I agree.
stay in my lane, because I'm not fully capable of leading in the areas in which my mate may have a more dominant skill set. And unfortunately, people have bought into this trope and illusion that men we supposed to lead, and no one has offered me any uh valid credentials as why men as an entity should be propped up as the sole leader. But I know where it comes from, right? A lot of people will pull from the scientific part of life because men have more testosterone, which lends to the fact that you know uh, we're supposed to confront situations and circumstances, but even that can be dispelled because, like I said, yeah. Because I don't know what is wrong with these people. That can be dispelled because women are just as
We
good as
not laughing at.
warriors as
We
men.
apologize.
No,
We laughing
it's
at
all
So,
that.
good.
We
like, but
laughing at
here's
the
my
comment.
thing with the whole thing. I just find it crazy because as being a Christian woman, like if I'm not led by a man, I'm being um what is it? I'm hard headed and
Mm.
I'm being what is it? What they call us? Angry black woman, and that's why we can't keep a man because we don't know how to submit and
Yeah.
all of these other
So
things.
those are tools and engines used to manipulate you to continue to make you subservient. Those are
And
those are
I know for
manipulation.
doggone sure that there's plenty of women who lead, I mean, that lead their relationships in the right direction. You know what I mean? Not even just relationships, but as far as the like households and raising of the children and all the things like that. Because sometimes, I mean, let's just be honest. When my daddy watched me at home, it was pretty much, what y'all doing?
Yeah,
Right.
hey, we're just trying to
We
let
yell down
y'all
the
figure
steps.
out life.
We can literally be hanging from the balcony. Nothing. Y'all better hold
Well,
down that noise. Now my
God bless.
mama,
Right,
on the
right,
other
right.
hand,
So that was a testament to what I was saying. Like the women, like Big said also, like my wife handles all the finances. She handles the
but why
kids
is
when they
it that
come
we're
home.
looked at as hard headed and unsubmissive when we don't follow those things? When we don't follow exactly what the man
Because
wants.
Then
you,
you in a
you
then you in an abusive relationship. Then at that stage, you know what I'm saying.
yeah,
If you ain't doing what I say, you know what I'm saying. That's an abusive relationship as
Who
opposed
being
to.
abused, me or you, for not me doing what you say? Who's being
both
abused,
of
me?
y'all are gonna come to
I'm,
a
I'm saying
crossroads.
you saying, yeah. I'm
That
just saying if you saying that you know what I'm saying, not doing what, how is that a healthy household? You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, you know what I'm saying? Like I
It's
ain't saying you
unhealthy
gotta
because
follow.
I'm not doing what you say.
No,
Uh,
see, you just listen to
Oh,
one
okay.
side of it.
I'm
You
just
just
no, I'm just
listen to
making
one.
sure that's not what you're saying. I'm
Right.
not
You
trying
just
to do
listen
that.
to
I'm just
one
making
side.
sure.
A
No, I'm
true
just making sure that's
partnership,
not what you're saying.
a true partnership and relationship isn't simply built on somebody being a yes or no man or woman. That's
right.
that's
Mm-hmm.
again that's a form of servitude. It's a form of manipulation, and it Stockholm syndrome or any other type of syndrome that you can think, because this person is afraid. Whatever the situation is, it's not a good look. At the end of the day, it would suck for me to be in a relationship with my lady who's absolutely ridiculously intelligent, and the only thing that I would expect out of her is for her to agree with me. That doesn't make me any better. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make me better for her. It doesn't make me better for the goals that we're trying to attain. It doesn't make me better for our community. It doesn't make me better for myself. And so if I continuously hear a yes, then something is wrong. Any man that would simply say, "Well, all you need to be doing is having my back on this,"
I
that's a
never said.
motherfucker that don't want to hear the truth.
And I don't think,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I say that's the abusive relationship. So if you, that's why I
Uh-huh.
said abusive relationship. So if you're in a situation where a person telling you it's only a one-way street when it's two of y'all in
Uh-huh.
this relationship, that's what I was saying. That's no, you in an abusive
Okay.
relationship because it's only one way. It's gonna be verbal or abusive, however you want to look at that. But if you're in a
I didn't
healthy
think about it
relationship,
like that, cuz, but you own something with that.
but if you're in a healthy relationship, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying? And I speak about these roles. My wife does this, that, and third, and you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I do this, you know what I'm saying? She does more than me. But at the same time, she comes to me with a lot of things a lot of decisions. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we missing the whole turn, I mean the whole discussion about leading because we stuck on leading as opposed to what goes on in the everyday household. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the decisions are really made by the man, and it's not because we are got our chest poked out, you know what I'm saying, and we saying it's one way, you know what I'm saying, it's because they lean on us, you know what I'm saying, not from just the women, but the children, you know what I'm saying, the household, you know what I'm saying. So that's it's a lot of that goes into that, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to just saying that I'm leading because I'm a man, you know what I'm saying. No, that's not what I've
Yeah,
been
but
saying.
I mean I understand what you're saying, but there are a lot of men who think just because he has
Yeah,
opinions and he has more testosterone that he's supposed to lead. And
I got
any
it.
woman, regardless of who she is, he could be somebody he come across in the grocery store. Is supposed to do what he say.
That's
Yeah, but
insane.
we all know what rules the world. You see what I'm saying? It's only
Money.
one
So
thing that y'all got that rule that would rule the world. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
y'all are much more on that, you know what I'm saying,
that's
versus
why I
us,
love
you know
dirt.
what I'm saying?
Hey,
Saying the penis power, you know what I'm saying? No, y'all got the power. You see what I'm
Look,
saying?
Prince
And
made a whole
so
song.
go ahead, gentlemen. Go ahead, gentlemen.
so in my experience, right, I think specifically in relationships, leadership should be looked at as like a brain, right? You have a left hemisphere and a right hemisphere. It's
Mm-hmm.
only when those two hemispheres interact that you get a cohesive, complete, brain cerebral activity. It's the same in a relationship. No one person is the leader. The leader is, or the concept of leadership evolves from when both people, right, have a clear understanding or a clear definition of what their relationship goal is or their goal is as a family, right? And again, I'll say, in the Judeo-patriarchal Christian mindset, which dominates Western life, yeah, Wanda, if you don't listen to your man, you'll be hard-headed. That's insane, right? And James and I challenged some brothers, right? Because we had some brothers in our crew that was heavy on the theology, right? And I said this, they told me, well, the man supposed to lead. I say if you're not following God and your wife is following God, that's who is the person who is the leader, the person
Mhm.
who is doing the right thing. It's not
Mm-hmm.
because of your biology or because you have a phallus. Any man who think he supposed to lead because he has a phallus, something is wrong with you, brother. That don't entitle you to lead. No, I'm sorry. Yes, it do. You lead yourself to the bathroom to go piss. That's all it's going. That's the only place it's supposed to lead you to.
Agreed.
That's what I'm saying. Women can be hoodwinked though. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not checking my credit score out until we get into a relationship. I can pull up in that that SRT, you know what I'm saying? That Hellcat boy or whatever, you know what I'm saying, on you all the time. You ain't paying for gas, you ain't paying for dinner, you don't know. That's what I'm saying. So you seeing me as a man, like, damn, he opening my door, he doing this and that, you know what I'm saying? He got cash, he paying for dinner, I'm presenting myself as a man. But then when you get in that relationship and you realize, damn, I gotta wake him up to go to, you know what I'm saying? It's too late, you know what I'm saying? But at that point, when I was pulling up and doing all these things, you thought I was the right guy. You thought I was the man to lead. You see what I'm saying? Or not just lead, but to be your partner, as you would say. You see what I'm saying? So it's hoodwink. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
yeah, and I don't disagree with you on that end, cuz, but what I would say is just like trust can be lost, so can the ability to have faith in somebody else's leadership, right? I've had in my career, I've had people who presented themselves to be strong leaders. Now when we got into situations, them motherfuckers buckled under pressure because pressure busts pipes. And they were leaking all over the place. So in a very similar situation, if the young lady or even a guy is misled by this fictitious movement of leadership, it's going to show itself when the pressure hits.
Absolutely.
Right?
And
And you can still exit stage left. That don't mean it's going to be easy,
but I was
because
just saying,
when you leave,
beforehand you
go
thought
ahead.
it was, I said beforehand you thought I was a leader though. That's all I was
Sure.
getting to saying. So
Yeah.
So,
And
but
I
is that really leading, or is that tricking somebody into thinking that you're able to hold that position?
yeah, it's playing a character.
but it still goes to my thing about relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't really know nobody until you in a relationship. So you can't really start to, that's why I say this topic should have been about, well, I think it will. We hit on both of it, but we
Yeah.
spoke of
It's
it more of like a single aspect of it as opposed to you know what I'm saying, the relationship status. You know what I'm saying?
all right, so we got a little
No,
time
she
left
was.
still to dig into the relationship aspect of it. So which speak on that. Speak on that. Let me hear where you at on that. Let's dig
No, I'm
into it.
just saying. Overall, whole time we talked about single men, you get to, you know what I'm saying, single women. You know what I'm saying? We spoke a little bit about relationship, but it
Yeah,
wasn't
and that's what
bad.
I'm
You
saying.
know what I'm saying?
So we here now. Let's chew the cud on it. What's your where is it that you wanna go with that?
Everything I spoke on, like I spoke about women in the household do more, but
Hmm.
the men get looked at as leader because they still go to us as that figure. You see what I'm
But
saying?
I really
But we
think that anybody who knows how a household is ran knows who the real leader is. I'm just saying.
and who was
So
that, Wanda?
Women, duh. Like, come on now. Like,
So
I
so
think
so
go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
let's let's always strive to be fair and equitable in, when we talk about these things, right? So what I saw growing up with my because my models of leadership came from my, watching my grandparents, right? And one of the first things I learned going into adulthood is that it's not the amount, or, when we put a numerical number on who does what, that is not the defining factor who, is crowned
I can
the
agree with
leader.
that.
Right. It's not crowned the leader. Now, I do agree with Wanda's point from this perspective. The internal atmosphere of a home, we all know that a woman predominates in that area, right? Because of her ability to have a nurturing spirit. So internally, right, a woman creates an atmosphere in a home that makes it welcoming and becoming. Now, that atmosphere of welcoming and becoming sits on a foundation of a capable man being able to protect it and maintain it. So what you have is a balance, an equal balance of power and leadership in the house. The woman is able to create a loving, caring atmosphere internally because the man is there to make sure that it can be maintained and protected. Because if anybody ever came to my grandpa in grandmama's house with some foolishness, granddaddy was gonna stop it at the gate because you're not getting
Right.
ready. You're not going to disrupt the nurturing atmosphere that my wife has created in here because he sought his peace inside the comfort of what my grandmother had created. So I know what Wanda is saying, and I agree in that aspect. Most of the
Okay.
time when we
It still
talk
go to our
about,
roads though, sir. It still go to
huh?
our roads, and it still go to our roads. Like I say, we were brought up to protect and provide and do that. That's the men. That's everything you just spoke about that your grandfather would do. You know what I'm saying?
But
We can't give birth, so yeah, that's the nurturing aspect that the women provide, like you were saying. But
I think the problem happens in our society when we start to, for lack of a better word, we start to want to shine the light on an individual, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm the one. There is no I'm the one, right?
Uh-huh.
We are the one, right? We have, in the West, we are taught to see things on an individualistic
Bless
level.
you.
That is our problem, right?
Yeah.
I hope we move into a spiritual, social, and psychological space where we begin to see things as cohesive and as a unified effort. There is no I in team,
That's
right?
true.
Yeah, there is no I in team. There is no one person in the house who is elevated above the other person because when you start to do that, by virtue, you create a power struggle.
Yes, sir. What's up, Dirt?
this is my last question. So is it so in a relationship?
You can ask as many questions as you want to. Don't be talking about this your last.
Right.
This,
Talking about
this,
his la-
this is my last. This is my last question. So in a relationship, is it 50-50 or do one person lead? I
It's
think we
never
kind of
50.
hint on it that it's 50-50, but I just wanted to see the overall panel or see where.
I
So that part I can't move on. I can't
I
move
don't know
on.
because
It's not.
I was
It's
trying
never
to push the
50.
movement.
Yeah. It's never 50-50. It's impossible for it to be 50-50.
Mm.
Um, and the reason why I say it's impossible for it to be 50-50 is because we're not all giving the same thing at the same time, and that's fine. That's okay, and it's fair because it does end up balancing at the end of the day, right? The
So one
the
person dominates.
No, the what
Mhm.
Dirk what Sir was talking about is on an external level of protection. The man should be willing to expect and take a specific amount of physical harm to come to him if somebody comes in that he doesn't want the family to take, right? In the same vein, the woman is generally expected to be able to create in a specific fashion that men aren't able to do. So she's going to spend more time in that. However, just because she's doing that doesn't mean that the man isn't participating in equaling that out. She might be 60 in that area, he's 40, but he's 80 in the protection area and she's 20. So it's never 50.
Don't
mm,
add up to me.
Wanda, if somebody break in your house and you the first one run to the door, I'm gonna be mad at you.
Hmm.
I didn't
I'm
say I
just
was gonna be the first
no
person
no
to
no
run
no
to the
no no
door,
no.
but
I'm
he
just
ain't gonna be the only person running to the
and
door.
and
That's for
and
sure.
and I know this, but what I'm all I'm saying is right when and to Dirk's point, right, which is intertwined with Jay's comment, right? No one person can give all of everything at once,
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
So let's look at a scale. You can take a 1 pound piece of steel and put it on one side of the scale, and then you can take uh multiple right pieces of steel individually, and they'll add up to 1 pound, right? On the same scale, and it'll balance out. So I'm saying one person may have this influence solely in this area, and then the other person may be gifted in multiple aspects of the relationship
Hmm.
or able to do multiple things. Again, I'm gonna go back to when we learn to divorce ourselves from this mentality, this Western mentality, that one person has to be glamorized or glorified as the one, right? That is where the problem is coming from, because we have bought into the
But is
individual.
leadership to be glorified? Because I don't think a lot of people like look, if they don't have to lead, they won't. Like,
I
is that a
think that's a
position to be
different
glorified?
that's a different bit of a movement, right? Because leadership is hard,
It's
and
very
everybody knows
hard.
that who has to lead in anything, right? Uh,
Hmm.
going back to the household, when the woman is leading and making sure that the environment is nurturing and she's putting forth that effort, that's not an easy task. But the give me something down. I read a comment that threw me off. It threw me off. So, dang it, that thing just threw me all the way
So when
off.
I protect the house, that's not nurturing.
That's
Oh, I think you're
protecting.
running into a different conversation with that, Cuzzo. I think you're
Uh,
running into a conversation with that.
I
That's
mean,
it.
that's protection. That's not nurturing. What is
I,
protection? What is nurturing? Nurturing is
it's
protection.
it's a form of nurturing, but when
Yeah.
we're talking about when I'm talking about nurturing in this stance, I'm talking about the nurturing that comes from women, because men have a
Or as
nurturing
what?
side
What?
also.
No, that's what I'm saying. What is it? Just love, or is it just
No,
what is?
no, and
I don't
unfortunately,
understand.
I
I,
mean,
I,
because
I,
your love is protecting. So that's
well,
not.
it's not just that, right? The English language has done a horrible job with giving the various different descriptions and characteristics of love. The Greek has 4 different words that describe love: eros, philios, agape, and then there's another one that I can never remember. But each one of those words has a different and holds a different characteristic and meaning and definition of love
Hmm.
in and of itself, right? So when we're performing these different movements just based off of who we are, it comes out and it looks different. The definition of it is different. Men, when we are nurturing, it's in a different fashion than women,
Correct,
right?
correct.
That's what I'm saying. And so when
But
when
it's
our
still
women
so. Okay, go ahead.
go ahead.
Finish. I'm sorry. Go
Oh
ahead,
no, you're
finish.
good.
But I
I
was gonna
was
say,
saying
what's the
so.
difference? I was just asking, what's the difference in my form of nurturing versus nurturing, her form of nurturing? You saying it's much more.
Well, that's the difference between a man trying to teach a girl how to become a woman. It's something we can't explain it because we're not that. We can point
So
to it.
I'm in a
We can
household full of boys, so I'm more nurturing towards my boys since I got boys than
no,
having girls in this household.
your boys will understand your point of nurturing because that's who they are. That's the part that speaks to them. Like girls understand women's nurturing in a different stance than the sons do.
No, they don't.
Daddy's
The girls
girls,
understand the boy. Girls understand the father aspect of life. You know what I'm saying? Because the girls think the father is more nurturing to them because the mothers come to them in a different manner.
sure.
They, like you said, they are able. The mother is able to teach them things that we can't teach them. But the women look at us. The girls look at us as more as a nurturing factor than my boys look at my wife as more of a nurturing factor. You see what I'm saying?
Yes and no, right? Again, when we're talking about nurturing, the English language doesn't do a good job with defining the different characteristics of how we actually perform it as in our stations, in our various stations,
Oily?
right? How?
No, I said my skin oily.
Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
well, you look good. So it looks different. That's why a man can never teach a girl how to be a woman, and a woman can't teach a boy how to be a man. That's
Correct.
that's the difference. That's
Yeah,
the
we
space.
that's
That's
something.
the
That's
gap.
one thing we did agree on.
Yeah,
Yeah, we all agreed on that.
That is
and
one thing we
that's
have
that
agreed on.
right. But that's that gap. That's
Yeah.
that gap. So trying to explain, well, then what is the position of a woman nurturing and how does that look different? Well, I can't tell you because I'm not a woman, but I know it's a thing.
So how can you speak on that, saying that they're more nurturing than us? That's what I was getting at.
Well,
Like, how can you?
I didn't say they were more nurturing than us. I never said that they were more nurturing than us. I said that nurturing is different.
So
So
and that's what I was trying to elaborate on. What is different? So when I brung on nurturing as a form, yeah, I said it was protection. So that's what I was asking. What's the difference in nurturing? And that's how this conversation came about. So
Hmm.
go ahead, sir.
We might have to come back to that because it's a lot. I mean, because we like okay, so it's clear that we all give something different,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and it's very
Correct.
clear that just because it's different doesn't mean it isn't right.
exactly.
That's
Um,
what I'm trying to allude to. Yeah.
right. So and I think that's the beauty of everything. When everything comes together, it is right. Your way and her way or whatever. Eventually, it comes together as being what is needed to get things done.
And
So, but what brought us to the point of like, my thing is with the whole are men entitled to lead just because they're men is like,
no,
there are really no real leaders. Like, everybody is doing their part. So
Oh, I can see
nobody's
what you're saying.
technically leading.
I can see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing their part to pull together the family in a productive way. If you're in a productive relationship, everybody's doing their part to move along together as one unit.
What you said. Yeah, I agree with that.
So with that being said, just because you're a man does not make you the leader.
that's right. That's right.
We're doing this together.
Because if that's the case,
We're a team. Okay, and then there's we're a team, but there's
I'm,
also a team lead. Okay,
I'm trying to. I was trying to just throw that in
It's
there to
always a
throw
captain. It's
everything
always a
off, but
captain. It's always
I
a
see.
can't.
captain.
I but the captain is actually the biggest servant of all.
See
Servant
what
to who?
okay.
in, and I hate to go here, but I have to go here because it's historically true. In African hierarchical society, it was matriarchal, which meant the energy came from the woman. And let me tell you why. When it was time to go to war, the men would approach the women and ask the sisters, do y'all think this is a great time to fight the invaders? And the women, based on what Wanda was talking about, that internal home nurturing, because see, this is what you have to remember. When you fight invaders, somebody got to wrap the babies up, somebody got to pack the food up, somebody got to pack all of the necessities that run the village up and secure that. So they would ask the women, do y'all think we should go and fight these jokers? And based on what the women said is what the men would do, right? And what's special about that is, and whether we want to identify it, accept it or not, right? A woman has a certain insight. It's called, intuition.
Intuition,
It's,
and we do.
an insight and intuition that is otherworldly, right?
Third leg.
It's otherworldly. It's that thing that allowed your grandmama to know you was up to something and you hadn't said, well, boy, what you doing? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Because grandmama had it going on. Grandma had it going on. So I'm simply saying that again, because I'm gonna stay on this horse. This individualistic, patriarchal ascribement to leadership for men is a Western concept. And it is toxic. It is abusive. Thank you, Dirk. Just because I'm a man, that is the most foolish thing I've heard in my life. Then, if we want to be simplistic, the male line don't do no hunting.
Right.
Nope, just lay up and get them all pregnant.
Well, he's a hell of a protector. Now we got to give him his props.
His
I don't know what tribe you been
scare
in.
animals off for miles around.
Yeah, because he gonna smash a good line.
I'm just saying.
Right, but the point that I'm making is
Get
there
some of
should.
that.
Let me say this and be quiet. 'Cause great leaders have always acclimated themselves into being the best followers. That's how you know. That's how you know who's equipped to lead.
Yeah.
Because their level
Yep.
of humility,
I cannot disagree with it.
their level of humility allows them, right, to be or to ascend to a position of leadership. and I'm not this is not a slight against women, but I haven't met any woman that can defeat me physically, right? And because of that, what I do is I don't challenge her in that realm, right? I sit back, I listen to her, I let her, explain to me what's going on. Because I know I can beat her in that realm, I do not create any situations that will lead us to that area. I sit back on that. And some of the greatest leaders in the world have been those people who follow others into a realm, right? Where their skill set
You ain't
and
never
their
had a woman try to test you?
Hey, that's what I was gonna get to. Hey, I was trying to hold it in. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like
never had a woman try to test you? Like ever?
me,
Yes.
Wanda,
that's the
no.
dominance.
And it could be because of my past reputation or whatever, or what the case may be, but no. And then too, and I'm
My
not tooting
boy,
my
too,
own
bro.
horn. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I have been blessed and gifted to be a certain way
It's
for
Black
a
History Month.
long
Toot your horn.
time. I'm just saying, I've been blessed and gifted to be a certain way for a long time. This person y'all know now and all the good stuff that y'all appreciated about me, I've been like this since I was a young dude, since I was like in my teens.
So
So a woman never had a reason to try to test me because I was always try to be a very diplomatic and fair person because that's what my environment taught me. Just like y'all come
Well,
from
good
good
for
stuff.
you.
Y'all come from
I
good
don't
stock.
know. I ain't gonna say because I was
But
booked
but
up.
see, but see, Juan, you got a lot of buck in you. See, that's what because see you just gonna push the envelope anyway. You damn Calvin women. Some of y'all is off the chain.
Because I
Yeah,
sound like what? What?
yeah, I
No,
know.
that's what I was
No.
about to say. I was gonna be like, I can just be. I remember being young, just sitting in the kitchen, and Candy would walk up and be like, "You just big. I just want to fight you." I'm like, girl, if you don't get your silly ass on somewhere, that's
Hey,
Yeah.
crazy.
sometimes you just gotta let them know, like, look, I'm small, but I'm mighty.
But that wasn't even ever a question. I wasn't trying to test nobody's gangster.
Right.
All
But
right.
see, Wanda got buck in her. See, she gonna try to push the envelope.
Yeah.
She gonna push the envelope.
That's because I seen women around me do it.
So what I think people get confused when it comes to leadership is the difference between being a decision maker and being a leader. Just because you're a decision maker doesn't mean that you are the actual leader. You
Right.
you
That's
you
true
might
too.
just be you might just be like the president. You might just be the person, the tool that is
The
speaking,
mouthpiece.
the mouthpiece of the will of the people, which is what is fine to do and be. But the people that are leading are actually the folks in the household. And just because you're the tool speaking the word doesn't mean that you're the one that came up with the decision.
Right. Just like
That simply
just
means
like
that you're going to speak for everybody that has this.
I just came up with a great concept, right? Say for instance, a man is a millionaire and he selects a woman. He say, look, I don't want you to work, just do you. Now, Western mind says that the man who's the millionaire is the leader. What we're saying is just because you have $1 million and I don't work doesn't mean that my voice is insignificant in this relationship.
And that's
And
true.
and that's what I'm saying is leadership is an internal condition that is earned, like Jay said, based on our experiences of how to empower the other person. All good leaders empower they mate. That's what a
That's a
good
good
leader
leader.
does.
That's a good
That's a
leader.
good
That's a good
real.
leader.
That's
But
what I'm trying to tell you.
Agreed.
we know a lot of men that get $1 million going out there getting a woman and they can tell them, yeah, go and fulfill your dreams or whatever.
Do
But at the
what
end
you
of the
want
day,
to do.
she's a trophy wife. This is society. Like we got to deal in facts and what's real. You know what I'm saying? And she's a trophy wife.
Yeah.
Outside, she's always gonna be in his shadow. You see what I'm saying? Because she's not funding nothing.
Oh,
She got a
because
vision.
Mm,
She got a dream. She got a vision. She got a dream. She got this and that. She's more motivated than this individual that got the money. But
yeah, and so you're speaking to what Sir was talking about, the movement of how women have to move in Western civilization and our Western culture. That's what that is, because unfortunately we
society,
do have this, yeah, we got a lot of shit fucked up.
yeah.
We really do. That's the honest to
I'm
God's truth.
so
'Cause-
And
with the theory that you just gave. I'm just gonna. I mean, because I like Real Housewives of Atlanta. So
never,
is
Oh
Ty a
God.
trophy wife?
I don't know. I don't know what none
Yeah,
of them have.
I don't watch it, Wanda. I'm
Is
sorry.
Ty,
If
Tell
they
the
is
got on
Ty
a
the
situation. Tell the
trophy?
caterpillar
situation.
eyelashes, ain't none of
What's
them
the
worth shit.
what's
So Candy
the husband
Burris
is who?
of Escape
Okay.
is she got more money than Ty. We just gonna put that out there.
Okay.
So and she funds his dreams and all that other stuff. Does that make him a trophy wife? And is she
Yeah.
the leader because she has the most money?
Yeah.
If we're using
In
those
my
standards,
world, yeah. She
I gotta agree with
solidified.
you.
Okay. Okay.
If we yeah,
And thank you for your honesty, Derek. Derek said in
Right. I'm
his
like,
world,
okay.
and I thank you for that,
In
Derek.
my world, she solidified. In my topic of just saying that if a
I mean,
man
not
had
he
that
had
money
money
and
too,
then the
but he ain't
woman,
got her money. I'm
Right.
just gonna put that up.
yeah, if
right?
we use those, if those are the metrics that we're using, I agree with Dirk. Yeah,
She
absolutely.
Okay.
thought he was cute. Yeah, you
Yeah.
cute. You cute. Oh boy, you did something
Yeah,
that
pretty much.
the other
Right,
guys ain't did. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what
right.
it is. You know what I'm saying?
But
Yeah,
and see, the
Okay.
point is, see, we got our metrics in this society messed up, right? Because I can bet you my lifeblood that if Mr. Wanda hit the lottery tomorrow for $30 million, that don't mean Wanda finna be walking around the house silent and quiet, and he's not gonna be able to tell her to shut up.
right.
It's a
So,
relationship.
and that's where I'm going with it. So this leadership dynamic and this decision making dynamic should not be associated with how much, how big, how bright, how shiny. That's not it for
Hmm.
me in my world. And thank you, Dirk, for your honesty. See, in my world, it is about the ability to look at the other individual, see myself in this other individual, and cater to and nurture to the part of me that I see in them, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Because see, a free thinking person is not going to be like me. I'm ignorant, right? I back in the day, dude to my man said, you know, that's Big Willie, man. He got all the stuff in the same. I said, I don't care who Willie is. He not finna talk to me just because he got 30 guns, 30 cars, and he own 30
Hmm.
businesses.
Right.
You think I'm gonna shrink because he a top-notch killer and he ain't the only one that bleed?
Right.
Man, you should be quiet, man. That's Big Willie. I said, yeah, well, tell I'm Big Sir.
Right.
Okay. You better say
I'm just saying, our
that.
metrics are messed up, man. Sometimes I want to move to planet Mars because Earth, they just messed Earth up.
Me too. Yeah.
Earth is messed up.
I'm waiting right now for the doggone either the rapture or the aliens, whichever one get me first. But
Yeah.
Why are
let's
you
go.
silly?
Look, I know Dirt and Wanda, y'all hopped on here like, hey, I'm gonna give y'all an hour. Y'all gave us a little more tonight, and
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
that's what I was just
definitely
saying. Let's go ahead
appreciate
and
it.
do our final thoughts.
Yeah, because tomorrow is adulting is happening. Y'all got to adult early. There's a
What's
lot.
going on tomorrow? I'm nosy. What's going
Basketball,
on?
the kids
Basketball.
basketball game.
The
Hey,
twins got
Dirk,
a game.
what
Go
the
ahead, son.
girls got going on, Wanda?
Basketball.
Basketball? That's right. That's what's up.
Same
That's what's
here.
up.
Yeah, but then every other weekend after that is gonna be basketball and cheer. So
Mm.
I'm like,
Oh, both of them cheer? Both of the girls cheer?
no,
Oh,
no,
oh.
no, oh no. My daughter
One
would
hoop, one
jump through the
chair.
screen on you if you ever said that she was a cheerleader. My daughter would.
Yeah.
She's a baller.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
not a
Bang hoop.
cheerleader.
Yeah.
She's a baller, and the other one is a cheerleader. So
Okay, that's
yeah,
what's up. That's what's up.
don't
She
put
got
her
the
in
yin and
nothing.
yang, and I have the yin and yang as well. You know what I'm saying? She got a girly
Yeah,
girl, and she got a
A tomboy.
Time.
We
Yeah,
gonna call it what it
yeah,
is. It is what it
yeah,
is.
yeah. And I got a savage and I got a
An
polite guy.
intellect.
He's a
Yeah,
lover.
correct.
He a
Yeah,
ladies man.
Hey, James, we
yeah.
see he got a savage and an
I got,
intellect.
Yeah.
I got a lover and I got a fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
There
let
it
me
is,
ask you
right
this,
there.
Dirk. Which one of your
Uh,
two boys? Which one of your two boys is a spitting image of you? The intellect or the savage?
Oh, I
No,
see them
they,
both in me.
I
I'm
would
I see
messing
say
them
with you.
both
I'm
in
being
me.
funny.
they are
I see them
both.
both in me.
They are both him. They
Yeah,
are
I see them
both
both.
him.
Yeah.
It's just that it's been his part of his character has been split up and given in different amounts to both of them. That's
Yeah.
literally what it is.
That's
No
what it is.
questions asked.
So
Yeah,
I
I bet
feel
Dirk was
that
something
it's
else,
like
boy,
yin
when
yang.
he was young. I bet you
Those
was
my
something else.
those my little
I was
guys.
wholesome. I was wholesome and respectful. I was legit.
Dirk, we know all that, but you was some
On
shit
that
too on the
note,
streets.
final thoughts.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I was wholesome.
That's
Yeah.
Final
Okay.
thoughts.
gonna pull
With
up
a
first.
name like Dirk, you were wholesome.
He got that because of his skin color.
Heard it got to you for
Okay.
final thoughts first.
Final thoughts, man. End of the day, how can it be a balance if it ain't 50-50? That's gonna be a topic that's gonna always resonate with me because I always think it's a balance. You know what I'm saying? You can't say one person doing more than the other when we fulfilling this dream of trying to make each other better, make this household better. You know what I'm saying? We are doing what we do. We are striving to be better people every day. So women are often the ones that carry the burden of the household as well. You see what I'm saying? Like I say, I think my wife has more roles than I have in this household. Outside the household, I got roles, but it's not much more than her. So I can't give myself that dominance role, you know what I'm saying, that I've been speaking on all night. I think all men are bred to carry that burden, to be the men. You see what I'm saying? I'm only speaking about men, being the men that my father was, my uncle was, you know what I'm saying? So I'm speaking on my lineage, my history, you know what I'm saying? So I can't speak about other men. So that's where my conversation came from tonight. It's all been about me, Dirt Dog speaking, but love your people, do better, stop the evil, respect each other. We'll be a little bit more better. Final thoughts.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
Right
One, you
on. Oh, sure. I'll go next.
all right. And there you go.
All right. First of all, happy Black History Month, everybody.
Facts.
I got a fact too at the end of the day. I'm my bad.
All
I
right.
meant to pull it out. I meant to
So,
say it. Got a
hug a
fact.
brother, hug a sister. It's our month. I mean, it's our year all year round. But we just extra black this month. So, also, as always, don't forget to brush and floss at least twice a day. Oral health is overall health, and it is proven that you live longer when you take care of your oral health. At least a good you add a good, I think they said 10, 20 years when you take care of your teeth. So brushing and flossing is super duper important, guys. Though oral health is overall health. Um, as far as leadership goes, I think we know who to follow, who not to follow. And lead yourself. I mean, if you can't lead yourself, you can't lead nobody else. First of all, uh, stay in your lane. We talked about that all night. Stay in your lane. Ain't no traffic in your own lane, people. I promise. And also, give a hug and a smile. They free. Those are my final thoughts.
I can dig it. I can dig it. Big bruh, we're gonna skip me and go to you. I'm trying to do something on this.
Yeah.
The ra- the
You know,
radical.
final thoughts. I just try to strive to be the most, understanding and compassionate human that I can be, not assigning any labels, positions, and stations to any other human being, right? Um, and my final thought is this: if education doesn't liberate you, liberation will educate you. Thank you.
I can dig it. I can dig
All
it.
right now.
I appreciate that, bro. Yeah. Happy Black History Month. I paused on that on purpose.
I gotta find out. I gotta go ahead.
Yeah, and I paused because, as a reminder, the country or corporation of the United States of America would be nothing without who we are and what we made it. And when I say we, I'm talking about us melanated people, us black people, us citizens who were either forcibly brought here or were indigenous to these lands.
Talk to him.
This place would be absolutely nothing without us. No ifs, ands, or buts. There's no left or right parameters.
Be a piece of
We
unseasoned chicken.
facts. And if America continues to try and write us out of the annals of the United States of America, I am beginning to become of the mind to say, let them and let us go elsewhere. Allow them to be foolish. They won't be the first civilization of people that have perished because of ignorance, foolishness, stupidity, and being drunk off of fictitious volumes and movements of power. They won't be the first ones. When a people forget where their strength comes from, they soon fail and are consumed by those other peoples around them who are actually strong. So by all means, America, write us out.
Come on.
People that look, let's go elsewhere.
Come on.
I was saying it for the last few years. Our community, our culture alone in the year 2024 was projected to spend $1.8 trillion. With that being said, by the year 2030, that's going to at least double, almost triple. We don't need this place. We do not need this place. Divest in the United States of America. We don't need this place. This place needs us. Understand where your power, your influence, your loyalties, and your love lies, and you go to that and you seek that.
There you go.
The state of Alabama recently adopted a new state constitution that allows the willful subjugation of their citizens of that state, residents of that state, to be brutal, heinous things are about to happen in Alabama. You can't sue any of the state whatsoever, be it the police, the sheriff's department, the politicians, or any other state organizations in Alabama. You cannot sue them. It's illegal now to sue them if they do something wrong to you in the state of Alabama. If you don't understand those implications of that state of what their politicians just did, you need to go back and do a lot of reading.
For sure.
They have literally removed your rights as people. And I got a lot more to say, but I'm gonna end on that. And with that being said, like always,
I got a Black History fact.
Yep, I'm just gonna give my closing, but I'm coming right back to you because
No, stay on you so you can stay. You know what I'm saying. You can do your final. You know what I'm saying. Your closing like you usually do. Then
you're right. Let's get that Black History.
You came to me anyway. But in 1981, 81 was a great year. The kid was born in 81, but anyway, 81 was a great year. My kids are great. Big sports fans. You know what I'm saying. This household's great sports fans. So in 81, journalist Brian Gumbel became the first African American to host the network morning show. So that was a big thing on this day in 81. You see what I'm saying?
Brian Gumbel.
He joined
you
Today
Show. Brian Gumbel during Black History Month.
Hey.
It was 81. It was 81, and so it was a tie to me and my we doing. Look at what we doing. The podcast is journalism. It's mass communication. It's the kids was into sports. You know what I'm saying? And they seen him on TV today. You see what I'm saying? So I had to resonate with him and my I had to resonate with him and my kids today on Brian Gumbo. I know some people might look at it, but hey, look at it. 81. Look at the years Brian Gumbo,
Yeah.
then he on the face of NBA TV. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
was the first.
I dig that. I
He was
dig
the
that.
first.
I don't always agree with some of the things that he's done or said on TV, but I do appreciate and agree that he jumped through that ceiling. He might have had to play some wicked ass games to get there, but he did it. And you're right, because of him, we've got a footing in
Right.
that arena a bit. Yeah.
Look at all of us. All of us was a part of the DSEG program. Wanted to
Mhm.
look. I don't know if people looked at my Snapchat, but I went to a concert. I got some videos and stuff outside of my Snapchat, but I went to a concert that my kids had yesterday. From first to fifth grade, there are 5 black students from the first to the fifth grade out there where my kids go to school at.
Hmm.
And 2 of the 5 that I spoke about were biracial. You see what I'm saying? So resonate with that and speak about, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got biracial daughters. So speak about the movement. It's a lot of them out here. You see what I'm saying? So Black History Month.
I
Support your
might just
people, show a little love. Support your people though.
yeah, I might just end up going off by the end of this. We're in a leap year. We're in a leap year. And I might by the end of Black History Month, I might just end up going off on the United States of America and its appalling behavior and its abuse of several things. It's abuse of using deity in a movement of love to hurt people. I'm
Mm,
tired of that shit. I'm
mm,
so fed up with that. I'm sick of the United States of America and its abuse and its purpose driven movement to continue to keep the people separate. Tired of that shit.
mm,
Totally tired of old white men being our representatives.
Mm.
These motherfuckers, I don't care if it's Trump or Biden. These motherfuckers shouldn't. Okay, anyway, y'all got to go to
Let's go.
bed. Let me jump back down. Let me jump back down off that soapbox.
Yeah,
I
we got
apologize.
conversation for Tuesday.
Yeah. I'm just there's a lot that I'm getting closer to retirement, so I'll be able to start saying more of what I want to say in depth. So
Right. We don't want to rock the boat before you get off it. Exactly.
yeah,
They gonna reel them right back in.
I've
You know what? We
I've come
lost
too
that paperwork, Sorry Glass.
exactly.
We lost that paperwork. It looks like you're gonna.
Exactly, cuz I've come too far and I'm gonna get
Yes.
these motherfuckers owe me. So
Yeah, let them sign that paperwork first before you get. They're like,
exactly,
you know what?
yeah,
We've lost that paperwork.
yeah.
But
So
yeah,
And
like I
I
always
got.
say,
I
go
want
ahead,
to
go ahead.
ask Dirk one thing.
go ahead, sir.
Dirk, you
Mhm.
said that you and your sons resonated with Brian Gumbo because sports is a big thing in your household, right?
Correct. Uh-huh.
How did that appreciation for sports get in your household? It's because of daddy, won't it?
From the father. And that's what I was telling you. Like I resonated with my father being the man, like my you know what I'm saying? My stepmother, my mother, all them women in his life worked. They were
I,
working people. They
I,
attributed to
the
the household. Go ahead. I don't know what
the
you said.
point I was alluding to and tricking you into was simply this, right? There are visible influences that we bring into a relationship in a household, and there are invisible ones as well. So, whereas you may, and rightly so, attribute in a numerical fashion, and we want to praise Mama for all that she does for the great household that y'all are in. But there are also some invisible influences that resonate in that house just based
Correct.
on you being the good father and good man that I know you to be. Uh, and every time we have one of these podcasts, you get closer and closer. I might let you whoop Pooh Duke now. I might let you whoop him. I might let you whoop him if he come over there. Because I can
Look
trust you. I might let you get it.
Look her.
Dirt.
If he come over there, he gonna mind that.
Dirt love the kids. I'm only
I
gonna
know.
do right by the kids. You see what
I
I'm
know
saying?
it.
So hey, look her. But if you get out of line, look her.
That's right.
In the wise words of Russell Simmons, thank y'all for coming out. God bless and
Sir,
good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Love
night.
you, good people.